Hello there, dear YouTube community, and welcome to a completely different kind of video from the usual kind of videos that I'm doing. As you know, I make rap music myself. Released some albums, rapping in English and Japanese, mostly Japanese nowadays. And by the way, for everyone that turns in for the first time, and if you haven't heard it, definitely. Maybe I'm gonna put some annotations down there. Link is definitely in the description below to the playlist. So if you want to give it a listen, definitely do so. And just to give you a hint on what you can expect, when I say rap, I'm not 100% not talking about like Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, or any of that mumble rap fucking bullshit. No. When I say rap, I'm talking about Nas Illmatic. I'm talking about Big L, Lifestyles of the Poor Dangerous. I'm talking about Brother Lin Chung, Season of the Sickness, Dre Dog, I Hate You With a Passion, Royce da 5'9", Das FX, Fu Schnickens, that kind of stuff. You know, that's the stuff I'm listening to. And of course, if we go to Japanese rap, I like that more than American rap though, by the way. I'm talking about my all-time favorite artist. For me, he's above Tupac and Notorious B.I.G. It's Killer Bean. If you haven't heard him, definitely check him out on YouTube. Guy is fucking amazing. I love this guy. I have both of his albums. He's a god. Of course, then Buddha Army, favorite rap group ever. Shinza Dopenis, Isugi, Slack, MC Kan, MSG, Simila, Meso, Infumi Kumiai. All those guys, Japanese rappers or groups. Like Infumi Kumiai, Shimilab, MSC for instance. Buddha Army, they are all like, of course, groups. And Isuki, Slack, MC Kan, Killer Bean. I forgot who else I've named. Shinza Dopenis, Tamakidoi, the early stuff of him. The new stuff is garbage. Like a solo artist. Yeah, that's the stuff I'm kind of listening to. But I don't want to deviate too much from the topic today. I made like a top 6. Because, you know, as I've been listening to rap over the course of, I think, it's definitely more than 10 years. Because basically my brother introduced me to actual rap, you know, Das FX and all that stuff. Also Too Short, kind of like this guy. But yeah, throughout the years, of course, I came across some gems myself. Like, for example, Big L is someone that I've discovered myself. And oh boy, is that guy awesome, I gotta say. But what I want to touch on today, I made a top 6. And there is one certain type of instrumental. I'm just gonna play it right now, actually. Maybe you've heard it before. So the sample you've just heard is actually from this. I just found it on YouTube earlier. It's from the Southside Movement, and the song is called "I've Been Watching You," and it's from 1973. And the curious thing about this is I listened to the song, and you know, the sample that you have heard is actually from the beginning of the song, like the first 8 seconds or something. And then it just completely cuts off, and I don't think it ever comes back into the play for the entire song. So I don't even know why they put it in there, because it sounds dark as hell. And the song as a whole, from what I've gathered, is a little bit creepy, but more like lighthearted. And that sounds actually pretty grim, to be honest, that sample. However, that particular sample has been used by many artists over the years. And I have actually found like 6 artists that use this this particular sample, and I've listed them in like a top 6. And I just wanted to show you, like, this is also something that I want to put you guys in. Maybe you have also, like, from the 6 that I've mentioned so far, maybe you have heard that sample before in a song. And if you did, definitely type it in the comments below, because, you know, that sample, it seems like every major artist, or major underground artist for that matter, used that in some point of his career. And I actually want to make sure, because, you know, I found 6 by myself, and I'm pretty sure there are more out there. So I want to make like a big list about, because I really like this beat, by the way. I wanna make like a big list to see who, because there were so many who were using this, who is actually the best one that rapped over this. As I've said, I found 6. If you are done with the video, definitely type it in the comments below if you also know about other major artists that use this, so I can include them in the list and update it in the future. And also let me know in the comments below, by the way, your top 6 or top 10, however much you can find. So let's actually get this show on a rolling. And of course, we start up with the ranking from worst to best. The verse, by the way, doesn't mean that it's actually like bad. It just means that in perspective with the other artists that flow over this that you're gonna hear and see, they are the worst of the bunch. So the first one is obviously ranked 6.
These thoughts of a sadistic male. A night on the town, Jake wants to tax the tail. They did a movie, added dinner to the agenda, and she saw him as a big-time breadwinner. He's kicking game in the ride home, kicking flavor and it's hitting her dome.
So yeah, Hard Knocks with Hands of a Stranger from the album School of Hard Knocks, released by the way in 1992. And in this whole list, this is, I think, the first time this beat was ever used, or the sample was ever used, in a rap song ever. You know, I could be wrong, maybe there was someone who did it prior to these guys, but that's the first one that I know of. It was in 1992. And the subject matter of the song is actually pretty good. You know, I like lyrics, obviously. Lyrics come first, and then comes the beat. And of course, like, flow and stuff, but, you know, if someone has good lyrics, they usually also have a good flow because they actually care about their music, which is what you're supposed to do in the first place. And the subject matter is actually pretty cool, or not cool, but interesting, because Hands of a Stranger, as it says, it's and it also states it clearly in the beginning, it's basically about date rape. You also heard the Just from, that was like the first verse in the entire song, by the way. Like a pretty dark subject matter, but perfectly fits the beat, obviously, because it's pretty grim to begin with. And it's really good storytelling, by the way. Like for 1992, that storytelling is definitely pretty well done. And I've never heard about these guys, by the way. And I love my old school stuff, you know, like as I said, Das EFX, Poor Righteous Teachers, Too Short, Curtis Blow. I went the whole mile. Schoolie D, obviously, and as well as Slick Rick. Slick Rick, best storyteller in the game. But yeah, these guys, they did a good job. It's a cool song. Or a good song. You gotta be careful with my wording because of the subject matter. But it did good storytelling, definitely. But flow wise, it's a little bit lackluster, I gotta say. They are not the best, or maybe they just had an off day, something like that. So with that being said, that was on rank 6. Let's see who is taking place number 5.
Plushed out to impress the hoes. To top it off is sitting on Dayton's and Vogue. Straight stabbing, pussy grabbing, then I'm gone. Ghetto type niggas like to get their zone. In them 454 big trucks. A nigga running the light on D's, not giving a fuck.
So yeah, DMG and Daddy V, Living in the Ghetto, from the album It's Just a Ghetto Thing from 1997. Gotta say, never heard about these guys before. I found this song on YouTube a couple of years ago by pure accidents, I gotta say. And I don't even know who, like, did these guys like make solo albums? Because I'm not sure. But the reason why I've never heard about this and why I've never seen another album besides It's Just a Ghetto Thing from these guys is probably because they are super underground and pretty hard to come by. And even on YouTube, you have to be pretty specific with your search or else you're not gonna find this song. I think Living in the Ghetto, I might have come across this by looking for the Too Short song. Which, how was it called? At the Ghetto, obviously, yeah. Maybe I came across it that way. But yeah, the song, of course, it's a little bit comparable to Too Short when he actually did the song that is totally out of the norm for him with the ghetto. It's just a song about the ghetto. You actually have like a picture in your mind when they talk. They are pretty descriptive, I should say. Flow-wise, again, a little bit lackluster, which kind of sucks. But overall, pretty solid track, not much to brag about. But yeah, you know, it's just a run-of-the-mill ghetto song, basically rapping about, like, I think they are from Compton actually. When I would look at the picture again, I would know. Ah yeah, they have like the Compton Center thing in the background of the artwork actually. So yeah, just, you know, basic song about daily life in the ghetto in Compton, which is, it's pretty good song, as I said. You know, flow-wise, it's a little bit lackluster, but yeah. Now we are going to the top 4, actually, and on rank number 4 is an artist that I am totally into lately again. Check this out.
I'm a skinny
6'5", motherfucker. If you didn't know me, you would think I was a clucker. But I'm not a clucker, I'm a dodger and a ducker. Come a little closer and I'ma show you I'm a puncher. And if I can't beat you, I get my gun and I'ma buck you. Turn you over like a bitch, pull out my dick and I'ma fuck ya. And like a fiend for the weed, I'll tweak. 415s in your trunk, that's beat.
Dre Dog, who changed his name to his real-life name, Andre Nickatina, smoked dope and rap from the album The New Jim Jones. It's fucking messed up, dude, you know that? But I guess he was going for shock value. If you don't know who Jim Jones is, search it up. From the year 1993, if you don't know, he was basically a cult member from Jamestown, and then he gave his whole followers. He basically committed mass suicide with all of his other cult members, and he shot himself in the head in the end, and all the other members and the babies as well had to take like poison Kool-Aid or some shit. Were like 2 survivors in there and hundreds of dead people. Like there are pictures actually also on Google and I think also on YouTube. But yeah, Dre Dog, Andre Nickatina, smoke dope and rap. It's, yeah, the subject matter, obviously, you know, if you wouldn't have gathered, it's of course about, maybe he actually smoked dope before the session, wouldn't be surprised actually. But yeah, you know, Dre Dog, solid flow, the guy is awesome. I really like this guy's voice as well. His delivery is also pretty cool, as you have heard in the preview, by the way. And in the beginning, he's really relaxed, calmed down, but then he like gets into his usual flow, like picks up the pace a little bit, plays around with the flow a little bit, like going a little bit faster, then like dropping down a little bit, going in with the beat. Love it, really solid work. And actually, just one year later, after Hard Knocks, I just noticed that, by the way. And Hard Knocks, you know, as I said, probably were the first ones who made this, so that would mark probably Dre Dog as the second guy who ever used this instrumental. Or it's actually the one, because we are heading in the top 3. Maybe it's also done by, or maybe the second one who ever used it was actually our place number 3, and that is
187's in the hood, I can't say shit. One time thinking it was premeditated. I could eat a view from the Deuce 4 block. 40 in my mind, making me think I'm gonna get shot. Induced 4 deep, a nigga with the sickness. A nigga with hella enemies, I was cool in 86. Niggas from the hood ended up proving they was a snitch. Fuck it, created an X-rated, now I'm trying to get rich. Ain't that a bitch, that snitch.
Oh, dude. Brother Lynch Hung. Brother fucking Lynch Hung. You know, last summer I was blasting Season of the Sickness in my car almost every fucking day. Season of the Sickness is such a great fucking album. Like this year in summer, when I have like my windows down, I am definitely blasting this thing again, because Season of the Sickness is one of the greatest albums to listen to in the summer, at least, you know, from because that G-Funk in there, and God, Brother Lynch Hung is just amazing with his double timing, and overall production value of Season of the Sickness is, it's godlike. And this one also was released in 1993 off the album 24 Deep, and that is, what you just heard, is the namesake of the title, 24 Deep. And obviously also used that instrumental, and he also made his little... maybe I don't know, maybe I have put that in there, but he also made like his own spin a little bit on the beat. He doesn't only like play the beat, but he also had like a little bit of a drum session that he put in there that he probably made himself or his producer made. Pretty cool. Like that one, you know, Brother Lynch Hung, I think that was one of his first studio albums ever, to be honest. And, you know, right there, you can just see Sacramento like all up in this, because like his flow is just something that I really love. Like the double, he does the double timing awesome. He just has a great flow in general, you know, it's Sacramento style. I like that. And yeah, that's all I can say about that. You know, if you don't like something, you have more to talk. If you just like something, not much to talk. So yeah, that is, obviously he is in the top 3. And now the top 2. The second one, or the one that takes second place, you probably never heard before, because he is from the Nihon, he's from Japan. So brace yourself for this one, because this is ranked number 2, even with a music video. Check this out.
Black music, hip-hop で自己結成合わなきゃワンマイクで富とメッセージ絡ませる種リアルシット限定進歩ねインポテンツ気を認めねえぜ昼間締めるネック夜ひねくれる二度追うもの二度とも得るよく届かよく届くヒットキルメイクするまだ進行形
Ranked 2, for an obvious reason, I would say, is Bass. From the album Tribalism, which I have actually bought, by the way, off of Amazon, as well as Madna Spain, that he released in 2016. Awesome stuff. But his very first album, by the way, which is, I think, Lullaby Rap, it's called. You can find that anywhere. Thankfully, I bought it when it was available. Pretty hard to come by, maybe nearly impossible nowadays. But the fucking first album is like the best one he has ever released, I gotta say. Like with stuff like Need Not to Know. Just wanted to throw that in there. That guy's voice is just amazing, and like the beats that he uses are so dark and grim and bass driven that it just complements his deep voice amazingly, fits it perfectly. And this song Identity, you know, released on Tribalism on 2012, I just think that's better than Brother Lin Chung's. But like, you know, lyric wise, of course, if you don't understand Japanese, like, you can't really draw too much off it, but you can see it in the video. What it's about is basically gangster rap at this point. And I really like that, I gotta say. Obviously, you know, this top 6 is my personal opinion, so there's room for debate. Like, maybe you like Brother Lin Chung more than Bass. Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me if you would put Bass a little bit lower than the other ones, because you just don't understand the lyrics, if you're really like a lyricist. But you know, you can't deny that Bass really has like a tight flow, a great voice, and just his voice accompanies the beat pretty well as well. And also and just as Brother Lin Chung, by the way, he did like his own spin a little bit with the beat. He doesn't just use like the basic or the drums and the bass that are already in the song, but he enhances it with a little bit of drum of his own, which I like, which I pretty much like. So that is it for these 5 individuals. If you have followed this particular sample, then you probably know who was already on the first place. Because there is one more guy that tops all of the 5 ones that you have heard by a mile, by a fucking mile. If you don't know who it is already, well, you know, buckle up, because this one is intense. Here is our first place.
Take a script to pull the bullet through a stranger's dome. You should have known not to roam through the danger zone. In Harlem is where the thugs rest. In a slug fest, we sending faggots all the way to heaven like Doug Fresh. But the girl grew up in the slums of greed. I'm known for drawing guns with speed and selling tons of weed, cause I got sons to feed.
Holy fucking shit, dude. Big L. This guy. Honestly, this guy just destroys every fucking mic in existence. This guy has channeled so much fucking anger and raw energy on the mic that your mind is just fucking blown. You know, if you've never heard Big L before, dude, he has one album out. Sadly, he passed really early on. He has one album out. The first one was Lifestyles of the Poor Dangerous. The second one was The Bigger Picture, where there are some songs of Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous and some unreleased material. This one, by the way, both released around the 1990 era. And I just remembered, by the way, one line from Big L from Lifestyles of the Poor Dangerous, just, you know, just to get a grip of what he's actually talking about. He's like, if I have AIDS, every cutie in the streets get it. Like, the guy is mental, but, you know, he has so much energy in front of Mike, it's ridiculous. But this one, as you've seen, the quality is not the best. That is actually from previous unreleased footage, and it's from, or off the album El Corleone, you know, he passed around the time of 1990, around the 1990 era. I'm not sure, and I'm not sure about the exact date. But this one was released 2012, like about 20 years after he has passed. I don't know why they waited so long to release this obviously previously unreleased song. A couple of them actually, and the quality isn't the best. That's why, you know. But yeah, this song, Harlem Nights, off of the album El Corleone, released in 2012, featuring Children of the Corn. Never heard about these guys before, by the way. They are okay. Like, that's the thing that I dislike the most, by the way, about Big L's albums, that he has, and on some songs, when he has features, they are prominent. You know, they don't take a back seat. Like, they are in there. Like, if I want to listen more to Big L, because the guy is just fucking amazing, and he has enough songs where he solo raps, but the other, like the feature, I guess, they take up so much space, and obviously they can't get on the same level as Big L. But maybe like Children of the Corn, and also on many features of Lifestyles of the Poor Dangerous, maybe he actually took like some of his homeboys there, because I've never heard about these guys prior or after the songs they have made with Big L. But yeah, you know, I mean, you heard it, you know, the guy is just mental. Like, I think it's safe to say that Big L is one of the greatest MCs ever. He can double time. His flow is on point. He switches up his flow mid track, and just channels so much fucking energy in front of him. He's rapping like his life is on the line, and that's also, by the way, on the song The Graveyard, where he goes in first. Holy shit, dude. Don't listen to this when you're driving your car, because you're gonna put that pedal to the metal, I'm telling you that. So that was it for this special little video. As I've said, this is my personal top 6. Maybe you disagree. If you do, put it in the comments below where you would have put the tracks. And again, the little disclaimer at the end, if you know of any other rappers or rap groups, major ones, that have actually flowed on this, then write it down in the comments below, and if there are like 5 more or something, I'm definitely gonna make an update and rank them accordingly, at least in my opinion, accordingly. And you know, of course, as I said, put down in the comments below your top 6 or top 10 or however much you know about. So yeah, that was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next video.
All girls that potentially like you blow away a girl as sweet as honeydew, all done because of a distorted reality. I'm only 26, but that's how they work. Obviously relationships at work, maybe 10%, all ends in a descent to discontent, malcontent.